money as we desire to get out of the brand or out of the business, whichever ways we want to see it. Since we started the P1 brand, the actual intention to which the brand is been founded is actually to empower people. What we intend to do is to groom financial heroes. People who can stand to say, oh, because of P1, I am able to meet up with very many responsibilities today. At least I have a whole lot of bills to handle, and I'm not, being worked up over it. I'm not being worked up over any of them. Just because I know I have a venture that will pay me well enough to handle all of these bills. And that's the reason why we are where we are today. And that's the reason why in almost every location where we have presence, we are putting people together to give them proper orientation about the P1 brand. Because there is something in the brand for you to benefit. Next slide, please. Next slide. Alright, the vision of P1 is to make home ownership dream a reality. How many people amongst us seated here want to live in their own very home in the nearest future? Let me use my. Yes, it's easy to achieve. It is very easy to achieve. And as much as we might tell you that it sounds very easy to achieve, yes, you still have to put in effort. Am I correct?
Sure.
Yes.
Words of mouth don't build homes. Am I correct?
Sure.
Yes.
It takes effort. Word of mouth, okay, you can go into a builder's shop now to say, okay, fine, I want to buy cement. And they tell you, okay, this is it. And you say, you know what, I'm buying this cement because I'm buying this cement. Word of mouth. They will look at you somehow, am I correct? In fact, if you're not careful, they will lynch you. But what we are trying to bring to you here is a strategy that will help you bring that home ownership dream to reality. That will help you bring your desire of becoming a homeowner to reality. And we are going to be working with you step by step from the moment when you're signing up to do the business to the point where you're going to be achieving this. And how do we go about it? Talking about our mission, we locate where affordable lands are. Not just in anyhow locations, but in fast developing locations. We'll find a way of bringing it to your reach, show you how to make money through the P1 brand, we'll show you how to buy land, and also build your own home. Invariably, what we're trying to say here is that we will be showing you how to own properties at zero cost. Now look at it. We are telling you that affordable lands are in social locations. And we are not telling you to bring the money, rather we are telling you to come and do the P1 business from where you're going to be raising a whole lot of money, and you can use this money to buy land and also to build your own homes on it. Alright, next slide. Permit me to introduce to you the founders of this organization, but before I get there, I want us to all say a rise together. Can we all say a rise?
Arise.
I'm sure we can do better.
Arise.
Say it as if it means something to you.
Arise.
Alright, great. That is what, that is one thing we actually work with here in P1. When we say the core value of P1, it means every member of P1 must have a bit of every trait that this represents. You must be accountable. In every action and reaction you're bringing up, you must be responsible with it. Integrity is a very big thing for us in P1. Before you make money, definitely you have to render service. And more importantly, excellence is another great watchword for us in P1. Well, once again, permit me to introduce to you the founders of this great organization. I'm talking about no other persons than Dr. Augustine Ozioma and his wife, Dr. Mrs. Jane Obioma Homemary. They are the founder of the P1 brand. And the good thing about these people is that they happen to found the organization at the point where they themselves were struggling. They don't have a space to refer to as theirs. They don't even have a home to call as theirs. They happen to stumble upon an opportunity. Instead of using that particular money that they were trying to raise, to get that apartment they were looking for at that particular moment, rather they channeled it into the opportunity that every one of us today refer to as a P1. And the funny thing is, they are not the only one benefiting from it. Over 50,000 people from very many locations are benefiting from it. And that's the reason why we are not even stopping. Every single day, we are looking at ways to build up this brand, push it to a point whereby very many more persons can come into it and benefit from what we are putting in this. As I speak to you, we have been able to grow the P1 brand from just being P1 Homes to becoming P1 Group. We have about 17 different affiliates under the P1 brand. And also, we have presence in not less than about 14 different states. And talking about the states where we have presence, we're already in Lagos. That is where we have the corporate head office. We are in Ogun State, yes. We are in Oyo State. We are in Imo State. We are in Delta State. We are in Abia State. We are in Cross River State. We are in River State. We are in the Federal Capital Territory already. We are in Bayelsa. In Enugu State. We are also in Edo State. And don't forget, I said we have 17 different affiliates under the P1 brand. We started with P1 Homes. Later we have P1 Hedge. Also at some point, we have P1 Plus, P1 Premium, P1 Heritage. We have P1 Avon, P1 Prime, P1 Legend. We have P1 Stars. We have P1 Lekki, P1 Real, P1 Pro, P1 Max, P1 Advantage. We have P1 Bazaar. We also have P1 Legacy. And finally, for the moment, we have P1 Signature. And the good thing about the P1 brand is that irrespective of which of these affiliates you're coming in through, a singular registration will enable yourself for any of these affiliates and any of the missions. I'm sure going to be expatiating a little bit on how you're going to be earning commission through this very brand P1. Next slide. All right, don't forget I said we are the very first real estate network marketing company in the world, meaning we are the very first brand to incorporate network marketing into real estate. And you can take this to any part of the world, you will definitely find it that P1 as a brand is the very first to incorporate network marketing into real estate. Please don't get a statement from nobody is going to tell you P1 is the very first real estate company in the world. Neither am I going to tell you we are the very first network marketing brand in the world. No, we are not. But we are the very first to experiment real estate and network marketing together. And I'm always very glad to say that almost everywhere that you go to today where they do real estate, they will always find a way of infusing network marketing into their business strategy. So can't we just say that we've become a pace setter in the real estate industry? We've started a revolution in that particular industry by bringing into it something that no other person have been able to do earlier before the P1 brand. Next slide, please. All right, meaning we'll sell properties using the network marketing system. Next slide. Next slide. All right, great. Let's look at some of the few incentives we've been able to give to very many of the partners. And I want you to know that you being part of P1, these are some of the things you stand to benefit. Let's start from 2015 when the first ever brand ambassador emerged for P1. Her name is Jory and she was given a brand new 2015 model of Kia Picanto. While in 2016, two other persons emerged as brand ambassador. First, we have Mr Adewale, and you can see her standing with the husband. The good thing about them, they joined the company like every other person, but they have grown to the point whereby both the husband and the wife today are managing director and executive director of one of the P1 affiliates, talking about P1 Stars. Same year, Mr. Emmanuel Oguifi also emerged as brand ambassador. And both Mrs. Tosi and Mr. Emmanuel were given brand new 2016 models of Kia Rio. 2017 was another awesome year. 5 persons emerged as brand ambassador. Madam Ibele Dorothy Hegrinagu emerged as the star ambassador for 2017, and she was crowned the star ambassador. Why? Because she happened to emerge as the highest salesperson for that particular year. And she was given a brand new 2017 model of Kia Rio. Also for the same year, we have Mrs. Vera Oberabo, who is today the executive director of P1 Premium. And also we have the managing director of P1 Bazaar in the person of Mr. Anukanti. Also, same year, we have Chinedu Obuefile. And also we have the managing director of P1 Hedge in the person of Mr. Mr Adewale among those who emerged as ambassador of 2017. 2018 happened to be the year that an ambassador's tenure was spanned for 2 years, meaning 2018 through to 2019. And I'm talking about no other person than Mrs. Priska, who emerged as brand ambassador for the entire group in the year 2018 to 2019. And she was given a brand new 2017 model of Hyundai Elantra. Same year, Funke Kenge also emerged as an ambassador for P1 Plus. 2020, that's the year we have him right now. In fact, it's rounded up already, and the stage is also open for another person to sit on that very chair. But before then, the current brand ambassador for the P1 brand is no other than Mrs. Antonia Chinelo. I'm sure we all can see her image right there on the screen, and she was given a brand new 2020 model of Hyundai Creta, meaning every other person can benefit same. 2021 is fast approaching. Another person will be lucky enough to drive home in a brand new car. And guess what? It's not going to be a 2015 model of car, neither will it be a 2016 model of car. If the current ambassador can be driving a 2020 model of Hyundai Creta, definitely 2021 will come with something better than what we are giving out in 2020. Sure. Now, don't forget we said we started the P1 brand in 2012. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes. In less than a year of being in operation, we have been able to sponsor very many persons on an all-expense-paid trip outside the shores of this country. Talking about the very first trip, P1 happened to sponsor its members on, and that was a trip to South Africa. And looking at all the people you have on screen are those who happen to be lucky enough to be on that trip without paying a penny for it. Well, we've also been able to go to countries like Dubai. I'm sure you can see here are pictures from a trip to Dubai in different years, and also we've been to countries like London, in the United Kingdom, and also we've been to Mauritius and United States of America. We've been to Greece, we've been to Rome, and very many other locations. Don't forget, we've also touched down in Accra, Ghana, a trip where over 180 persons, qualified for, but over 85 of them happened to make it on that very trip. And it's not just about you qualifying for a trip to P1. We're sure going to be giving you all the necessary support that you're going to be needing. You won't have to spend a penny on any of the trips we are going to be taking you on. Taking it from your flight ticket, both to and fro, you definitely have it through us. Your accommodation in a 5-star hotel will definitely be covered by us. What's the essence of you going on a vacation without you going on tour? Everything will be covered by this same company in P1, and this will come at zero cost because you will be earning your commissions in full. And also, we have always been generous enough as a brand by sharing certain percentage of our earnings with some of our proud members. But before you can qualify to earn from this, it will be based on your effort. You have to show loyalty. You have to show a very high level of leadership. You have to carry people along. You need to empower people because that will determine how much you're going to be sharing with us. Look at it. Somebody had over 2 million naira just by recruiting people and also selling, carrying them along, telling them what they need to know about the P1 business, and also, show them all the necessary things that the P1 business is all about. You can see this is the most recent at the last convention, 2020 convention, had all of the people that were lucky enough to be beneficiaries of the P1's income. Now let's take it away from this slide, please. Let's talk about the reason why we're here. Talking about the new program that we have started in the P1 group. Talking about the P1 business owner. The truth is, right from 2012 when we started the P1 brand up till this moment, we have been able to empower people. Yes, we have been able to make people to become financial heroes. We have been able to give people an opportunity, a platform to make unlimited earning, either directly or indirectly, either by your own direct effort or through the people you've chosen to work with. But one thing we have come to realize is that people are doing this business, they're making money from this business, but they are not channeling it to achieve the vision of the company. Can anyone remind us of the vision of P1?
Making home ownership dream a reality.
All right, thank you very much for not making me talk to myself, because already I want to assume the few minutes I've spent here, maybe I've only been talking to myself. Well, we are looking at ways to help people become homeowners. If we say the vision of P1 is to make home ownership dream become a reality for all, then how many people amongst our members are already living in their own very well? We can say categorically that people have been making money through P1, yes. But we really cannot say that all of these people, as much as they have been earning from P1, they are living in their own very home, which is something that is highly deserving to the founders of this organization. Because of this reason, we have to put in place a structure that will help people achieve that desire, that will bring people's mind, that will bring people's thinking towards becoming homeowners, without you robbing the bank for it, without you doing more than your capacity can carry to achieve that desire. I said something on Saturday to people right here. I said, for instance, if you're a 25-year-old young man, like yes, 25-year-old is still a young man. You just finished school. You're looking for what to do. You're lucky enough to get employed by a company that says they want to pay you 500. What am I saying? They want to pay you 100,000 naira monthly. I'm sure all of us sitting here will consider this a good job. Am I correct? Mm-hmm. Am I correct?
Yes.
But the amazing thing here is this young man here will work for some certain year. And this same young man, definitely like every other right-thinking human being, will have the desire to hold his or her own home someday. Am I correct?
Yes.
But do you know that before this young man here can own an apartment worth 15 million naira, it's going to take more than 25 years. That is, if he decides to cut his monthly earnings into two, meaning he has decided to save half of his earnings on a monthly basis, which is 50,000 naira. Okay. Do you know before this young man can achieve this, it's going to take him 25 years, meaning before he can get there, it will be 50 years. Do you know that? Do you believe that?
Yes.
Do you believe that?
Yes.
Because, okay, 25 years should be about, how many months? That should be about 60 months if I'm not mistaken. And if you multiply 50,000 by 60, this is what it is. I hope you understand what I'm saying. No, it should be more than 60 months.
It's more than 60 months.
More than 60 months. But it's going to take you 25 years. You can do that calculation. Divide 15 million by 50,000 naira, you will see the number of, months it's going to be. Just to achieve it. Now the big question here is, this same young man who wants to club himself, am I correct? He must transport himself to work on a daily basis, am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely you have to feed, right?
Yes.
Somehow, he will definitely have to get himself a good phone, right?
Yes.
He will have to recharge that phone, am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
You can't stay with your parent forever. You need to rent an apartment, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the same process, you will see a girl you want to ask out, am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Let me include it, girl. And the moment you started dating, there is no way you won't want to buy an iPhone 12. They will ask you for it, definitely. If you're not buying iPhone 12, you want to buy a Bond Straight, am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And this same girl will tell you at some point, you can't date forever. You have to get married to me somehow. You want to get married, am I correct?
Yes.
You're still trying because you're getting support. There's no way you get married without having kids. Am I correct? And if God wants to catch you, you'll be residing on the Lekki part of Lagos where you have to pay school fee. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now look at all of this. Can you achieve all of this on the remaining 50,000? Is it possible? Can you even achieve all of this on the 100,000 naira? So what I was talking about. So the dream of becoming a homeowner, even in that 25 years, is far from reach. These are all of the things we've been able to put into consideration. And guess what? We are bringing a plan to you that will enable you to achieve this particular goal in 5 years or less without you going through any form of worries. But the thing is, for you to achieve it, it will have to be based on your desire, your willingness to get close to this goal. Nobody is going to push you to do it. Nobody is going to come into your house to knock on your door to tell you that, do you want to live in a rented apartment forever? And I'm sure you know that when you're staying in a rented apartment, your landlord is always like a Nigerian police. They are your friends, am I correct? Mm-hmm. Is your landlord your friend? Your landlord can never be your permanent friend. Yes, you guys can be friends. But there is always a time if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you and this person can never be friends. I guess you know that. It's true. Now let me bring your mind to something if you're not thinking in that direction here. For many of us who are still staying in a rented apartment, you will know that you can always be rich all through the month. But once it's about a month to the time you're going to pay your rent, something will happen. I guess you know that. Right? Why? Why? You don't know. Yes, you've been getting yourself prepared for it because you know there is no way you can escape it except to build your own very house. And you've been saving for it maybe 2 to 3 months before the time you have to pay. Something will come up and you tell yourself, let me take little from it, I'll definitely replace it back. Has it ever happened to anyone before? Has it happened before? Then once it's time, you start struggling to pay, right? But eventually you still have to pay. That's why you're still staying in that apartment. But the thing we're trying to bring your mind to here is that either you like it or not, you still have to pay mortgage. And how you want to pay it is what will make the difference. It's either you pay someone or you pay yourself. Am I correct? Am I correct? Yes. Mortgage is a must. You have to pay it. And I said it's either you pay yourself or you pay someone else. The someone else you're paying is your landlord. If you're paying it to yourself, it means you're staying in your own apartment. Now the question is, which one would you rather choose? My own apartment. You want to pay yourself. And if you truly want to pay yourself, that's the actual reason why you need to pay attention to what we have to sell you. Next slide, please. Next slide. I've always been telling people that the Pwan Business Ownership Program is a program we have put in place for you. We have started this program because we have you in mind. And he can testify to this on Saturday. I said something. I said, going forward, if truly you want to achieve this goal, every individual you meet on your way, right from this moment, you don't introduce yourself as Mr. or Mrs. to them. Rather, you introduce yourself as a PDO, something. You know what I mean? You are initiating a conversation with that person. Let me give you an example. If I happen to meet with you now and I said, good morning, madam. My name is PWAN Taiwo Habib. How are you doing? What would be the first thing that will come to you? Business check. But if I happen to come through to you and I said, good morning, madam. How are you doing? I actually want to talk to you about something. What would be the first thing that will come to your mind? I want to say something to you. One is you want to sell something. Definitely you're hung up to something. But the other one is telling you, my name is PBO, so thing. First, I'll look at you as a clown. Do you understand? And despite the fact that I'm looking at you in that regard, I still want to know the meaning of PBO. You could have possibly said to me, I am Mr. or I am Mrs. something, right? But you're saying you're PBO. And which one is PBO again or that? Alright? What you have done, you have only been able to get the person's attention. Am I correct? The rest is now right there in your hands, how to convince the person. And I always advise, don't spend too much time talking to them. Don't spend too much time talking to them. And if you really want to do this business, you need to be very equipped. You need to be very well prepared. Wherever you go to, you need to go with your tools. And your most important tool in this business is your complementary card. You need to package yourself. I hope you understand what I'm saying. You don't talk to people and tell them, okay, fine, I've been able to talk to you, you are interested. And I said, okay, please bring your phone, let me give you my number. Who does that? You don't stay too much, you need to package yourself. Well, the company I represent, my company in P1 is actually a company that helps people become comfortable without stress. You don't have to put in too much effort into it. Alright, here's my complimentary card. Just look through it. If you're interested, you can call me, we can talk about this. Thank you. Don't talk too much, move away. What you have done, you've built up curiosity. And I explained to you, please, whenever you're trying to do your complimentary card, I'll definitely pass this to them in the office. Don't waste the back page of your complimentary card. People have always been doing that. The front page where you have your details, somewhere on the side you must put your logo, am I correct? So why waste the back page putting just your logo on the back? It's a waste. Why not use it to advertise your brand? Just imagine you have something like this. Yank out the 52,650 and replace it with 15,000 naira. What do you think will happen? You're not only giving them your information. No, the only thing you have there that is important is your phone number. Not even your name. I guess you know that.
Yes.
It's just your phone number. So why waste it? The same phone number I could easily call out to you. Please, can I have your phone? Let me talk. Don't waste it. You know, I don't know if it has happened to any of us before. You're taking complimentary cards from multiple people and you're slotting it somewhere in your wallet, right? Maybe you're looking for something someday, you just go into your wallet and you start looking at all the complimentary cards. Has it ever happened to anyone before?
Yes.
And you see some, you'll be like, where did I even get this one from? Right? Has it happened before? Their mind will still go back to you. Maybe as at the time you're giving the complimentary card to them, they are not interested. But they might be thinking in the direction of becoming a homeowner. But because you have this 15,000 naira, people will call you. And see, if anybody is giving you flyers, let me recommend one to you. Go for the one that says own a 2-bedroom apartment with just 15,000 naira in 2.5 years. Guess what? People will call you. I don't know if you understand me. People will definitely call you. Print the flyer, put your phone number on it, give it to people. They will call you. For 2 reasons. They want to know the reason why you're putting 15,000 naira. Some will tell you it's not possible, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because we already know the state of the economy. How can 15,000 naira in 2.5 years or even 5 years translate to an apartment? Is it a mud house? You understand? They want to ask you questions. And what you have done, you've been able to use your flyer without you being there physically to attract people's attention. It is now up to you to convince them, to explain to them in details what your business is all about. Sorry, sir, next slide. So you must be a PBO. All right, quickly, let's look at the benefits you stand to get by being a P1 business owner. Number one is the point value. The point value is the current currency in P1. And for every penny you drop, you're sure going to be earning a point value, PV. And 1 point value is equivalent to 12 naira. And the amazing thing about the Pwan Business Opportunity is that you're not just going to be earning PVs from your own effort alone. You will be earning PV up to the 8th generation. Up to the 8th generation. Now this is it. This is you. You've signed yourself up to become a PBO. P1 operates on 5x5 metrics. And we said whatsoever thing each person that forms your direct recruit is getting is what you're sure going to be having. And you will earn from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 levels. Not from the people you have directly recruited, but for every individual that will form each of this level, whatsoever amount of point value each of them is getting will be what you will also get. Do we understand that? That is one. Secondly, on a weekly basis, whatsoever amount of point value that all of this person have been able to put together, which will get to you, we will divide it into two. 50% of it will go into your home ownership account, while we are going to convert the remaining 50% into cash, and it will be paid to you. On this MPBO program, you are at liberty to choose any location of your choice where you want to have your apartment. Be it in Lagos, be it in Anambra State, be it in Ogun State, be it in any location of your choice. And we as a company, we are not just starting a program and telling people to come and sign up on it without making adequate preparation as regards that. And that's been the reason why we have started a Flourish City Estate, which happens to be a PBO dedicated estate in almost every state in this country. That's the intention. So as you're subscribing, you already have in mind where you want to have your apartment. If you want to have it outside Lagos, yes, you can have it. And come Saturday, when we are going to be having our Success Summit, Flourish City Lagos will be unveiled. So you will know the amount that it is going for, you will know the exact location, and one thing I must assure you is that it's coming with a very good title. It has a CFO. Yes, it's coming with a CFO. That's because I want to give you a reassurance that where you're going to be living in, it's a secured land, it's a secured space. You're not just putting your money and effort into a venture that you're not going to reap from. And also, if you don't want to live in any of the PBO dedicated estates, you can reach out to us to tell us that, you know what, I don't want to live in this very estate. I have my own preferred location. But what will make the difference between you and the person staying in the Flourish City Estate will be that you will have to provide the land, while we will come to build a structure worth the amount you have in your home ownership account on that very land. You know, somebody will say, well, you guys don't have an estate in my hometown, but I want to have my own apartment right there in my own very hometown. Maybe you have a space in your family land, and you say, okay, the land is there already, just come and build on it, and we'll build what you want on it. And if you're looking at holding an apartment outside Nigeria, provided you can connect with us, connect those the owners with us, and what you have in your home ownership account can actually, acquire that particular property. Why not? We're sure going to do that. We'll step in for you and make that available for you also. And as a smart investor, you can sign up the first 5 people, making them, sign up your relations as your first 5 recruits. While you will know that you will have to do 5 under them, that is 25%. That automatically makes you a team manager. Am I correct?
Yes.
Great. And what that will do for you is that instead of you getting 1 apartment, it means you will be getting 6. Because the first 5 persons you signed up under you are your relations. You are the one working for them. And we said whatsoever thing each person under you, whatever thing you're getting is what you will also get. So why not work for these people? Whatever thing they get will extend to you. By the time you're getting your own apartment, they will be a step closer to achieving theirs. So you won't just be working for 1 apartment, you'll be working for 6. And don't forget, I said you can be lucky enough to become a brand new car owner. I'm sure going to be showing you the ways through which you can achieve this. which will come outside sales. What I'm talking about is a little bit outside sales. Am I correct? I'm talking a little more about the networking part of this business. And don't forget, you can also qualify for an all expense paid free abroad. Alright, next slide, sir. Quickly, I'm going to be showing you the 12 ways. Next slide. Hello. I'm going to be showing you the 12 easy ways through which you can, benefit from the P1 Business Opportunity. If you have your pen and paper, I would really appreciate if you can put this down, because I really want you to be part of this business. I really want you to know what to expect as your benefits even before you sign up. This business is transparent enough for us to know what is in it for us to benefit before even you sign up. Don't forget, integrity is key for us in P1. Well, I'm sure going to be making one or two changes to what you have on screen now. But there are 12 easy ways to benefit from this business. The very first is called the direct recruitment bonus. Well, what you have on screen is 7,200. But I'm glad to tell you today that the figure has changed. We are no longer paying 7,200. Instead of paying you 7,200 whenever you recruit someone, whenever you sign someone up under you, we'll rather pay you 11,520 naira as a direct recruitment bonus. How many people have benefited from this before? I've registered someone under me and I have been paid direct recruitment bonus. From those of us who've been coming around here before, wave your hand, wave your hand. Okay, just one person. Alright, great. See, there is nothing as sweet as you handling this money. Now we have made it almost double. And this is one thing this will do for you. If you're setting yourself a target of doing at least 2 persons on a monthly basis, meaning you're going to be handling 11,520 times 2, am I correct? Monthly, right? And your monthly deposit is how much? 15,000 naira at least, am I correct? Meaning you will be able to pay your monthly 15,000 naira conveniently, and you still have about 5,000 something left. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So, becoming a homeowner has never been this easy. This you can achieve without worries. Now, the second way to earn is through the indirect recruitment bonus. The indirect recruitment bonus will come whenever you register someone who registered someone. When you sign people up, you earn your own direct recruitment bonus. Am I right? When the people you have signed up under you also register someone under them, you still earn. You will be paid the sum of 5,760 naira. Now let's fast forward to the sales part of the business. Whenever you happen to get a client that is buying into any of P1 properties, you will be paid a direct commission that will go from 5% to 15%. From 5% to 15%. If you sell a built-up apartment, you won't be paid 10%, rather you will earn 5%. But if you sell a plot of land, depending on what category of membership you are on, you will earn either 10% or 15% as your direct commission. For instance, you happen to close a deal worth 5 million naira. If you're earning 10% of 5 million naira, how much would that be? 500,000 naira, just like that. And if you're earning 15% of it, how much will it be? That would be 750,000 naira. Just like that. Do we understand?
Yeah.
So that's about the direct commission. And you can also earn indirect commission from the effort of the people you have signed up to work with. I mean the people you have registered under you, the people you have introduced to the business. Your indirect commission will go from 5% to 3% and also to 2%. The people you directly recruit under you, whenever they sell, they earn their own direct commission, but you will be entitled to 5% indirect commission. And if those people also register some other persons under them, it means from them, you will be entitled to 3%. And if the movement continues, it helps you earn your 2% indirect commissions. Do we understand that part also? Do we understand?
Yes.
All right, great. So we've talked about the direct recruitment bonus. We've talked about the indirect recruitment bonus. We've talked about the direct sales commission and also the indirect sales commission. Now let's talk about center recruitment bonus. To become a center owner, you must be a team manager. I'm still going to explain to you what makes you a team manager. But before you can call to own a center of your own, it means you must have attained a team manager status. Assuming in your own community, people are here to be aware about your business and you want them to be informed. So you source for a space like this that can accommodate at least 30 people at a time. And you happen to preach the gospel of P1 to them, and people walk in there to sign up to do the P1 business. For every 30 persons that sign up through your center as either a classic gold PBO or a gold PBO, for every 30 of them that register, you will be paid the sum of 54,000 naira as your center recruitment bonus because you are the center owner. Now you can also earn center sales bonus. Center sales bonus will come same way you have earned the center recruitment bonus, but what makes it different is that every individual that's registered through your center, irrespective of under whom they are signed up on, it could be that I register you and you register another person, but provided the person uses your center registration code to sign up, 1% of the general sales effort of everybody signed up in that very center will be paid to you. Meaning, whatever amount of sales each person is able to bring in, irrespective of under which of the affiliates, 1% of everything will be paid to you as the center owner. And also you can earn monthly performance bonus. You can also earn annual performance bonus. I've explained the annual performance bonus to us, and I've also shown us pictures from the previous annual performance bonus that we have given out to very many of our deserving members. And also, I'm sure I'm going to be telling you how you can earn point value, bonus point value, as you grow in the PBO program. Next slide, sir. Now, don't forget, we said the 5x5 metrics is what we operate with here in P1. And before I move away from here, I need to advise you in something. Many people, when they sign up to do the P1 business or any other network marketing business, the first question that will come to mind is, can I see your compensation plan? What is in this business for me? What is the highest level I can get to? And if you tell them the best of the incentive you can get here is a house worth 100 million, the only thing that comes to mind is how can I achieve this in maybe a year or less? Do you know that? Our eye is always on the biggest price. But if you focus your attention on the number of persons that will help you get to that level, and you say to yourself, I want to do it all alone, trust me, you cannot. And that's the actual reason why a whole lot of people that will tell you they want to do the network marketing business, at some point, they fizzle out. That's absolutely because they want to do the entire work all by themselves. But if you're putting all your effort and attention on the first numbers, that is the numbers that is required by you, and working with these people, before you know it, you will get the actual numbers that get to the bottom. Let's look at it from this angle. Can anyone remind us the metrics we want to operate with?
5x5.
All right, great. 5x5, meaning you will have to do your own 5. Am I correct?
Yes.
Now, if we now say that 8 generations, meaning 5 by 5, 5 by 5 by 5, this is times 3. It will go like that, up to 8 generations, meaning you'll be having thousands of people Here, am I correct?
Yes.
Now the big question is, can you alone as an individual sign up about 12 to 20,000 people? Is it possible? Of course it's not. Let's be realistic. But for this 5, if you say, all right, I want to do my own 5, and I know my capacity, I can do 5 at once. I want to space my recruitment. And I'm doing this because I know that I have a space of 5 years. I have something I'm targeting in 5 years, which is an apartment worth 15 million naira. And I need those people to help me achieve my target. All I need to do is give myself a target of 5 months. And if you're giving yourself a target of 5 months, can anyone tell us what that means? You need to recruit 5 people and you're giving yourself 5 months. What does that mean?
One
per month. If you're doing 1 per month, and okay, let's say I'm signing you up for this month. You're my sign up for this month. And as I'm signing you up, I tell you, you know what? This is the plan. You can earn in 8 generations, and that's what will enable you to earn that apartment. In fact, you're going to be financially free because it's not just that 15 million naira apartment alone you will be getting. You will be earning up to 164 million naira. Hey, don't worry yourself. Don't allow that figure to scare you. All you need to do is just sign up your 5 and make sure those 5 also register their own 5. It's all simple. You can go to rest. What do you think will happen? It's an orientation I've actually passed on to you, am I correct? You already know that you need to do your own 5. And I can tell you also not to worry yourself. If your capacity cannot carry the entire 5 in 1 month, do it 1 per month. Right? And I move away from you to the next person. Already I know that you're working because you want to achieve that apartment. Am I correct? And I'm not telling you to go and do 100 people. I only said do 5. And make sure those 5 do their own 5. I move on to this other person. This is my 2nd month. Am I correct? Right? As I'm signing this person up for the 2nd month, what do you think is happening over there? She's doing 1 because it's per month. And who says she cannot do more than 1 in 1 month? By the time I move to this 3rd person in the 3rd month, already I know that I'm having 2 from there and I'm having 1 here. Am I correct? By the time I get to my 5th month, trust me, as you are doing your 1 for each month, you're saying the same thing to them. That 1 you're registering is also doing his or hers. By the time I complete my 5 leg, that is the 5 people I'm supposed to register, I must have been on about 3rd or 4th generation. Do you believe that? Because everybody now is working towards achieving the same goal. And the foundation will determine how strong the building will be. If you're telling the first person that, see, you have to do, you must recruit as many as possible. They will recruit to a point, they won't even bother passing it on to the other person they're recruiting. They'll just recruit like, let me shall recruit. Alright? So there is no proper communication, there is no proper work plan. Everybody will just come, whichever person that is interested will just do. But as much as we are telling you to do 5, it's really important you don't stop at 5, right? Because you will always find some Judas among your disciples. Some will tell you, I've tried, I don't think I'm interested in this. But if you're doing more than 5, I can bet it with you that all your 5 cannot be dormant at the same time. Do you believe that?
Yes.
Some will want to do it, considering the fact that in the state of the economy where we are today, becoming a homeowner is not an easy thing, right?
Yes.
You have to do more. Now you have a plan where you can make a whole lot of money without you worrying yourself. All you need to do is just recruit 5 people and work with those 5 to do their own 5. And a whole lot of money plus an apartment to come to. By the way, we say 15,000 naira monthly, am I correct?
Yeah.
Right? And if you do 15,000 naira times 5 years, how much are you going to have? That's just 900,000. And you're working towards achieving an apartment worth 15 million naira. The question will now be, where will the remaining 14.1 million naira be coming from? Right? The remaining 14.1 million naira and more will be coming from these people. And if you are the type of person that says, I don't want to do network marketing, but I see your plan as being reasonable. Of course, I can do 15,000 naira monthly for 5 years. I know I'm giving anything out. But if anyone should come meet me now that I should drop 900,000 naira to buy a plot of land, I don't have it. You know we have a whole lot of people like that. Guess what? Your 900,000 naira, if you're not recruiting anyone, only you're only paying 15,000 naira consistently for 5 years. Instead of you getting a plot of land worth 900,000 naira, we would rather give you a plot of land worth 1.5 million naira. I hope you understand now.
Yeah.
So it's either you get the plot of land worth 1.5, or you recruit people under you to bring you the money that will fund your home, that will give you an apartment worth 15 million naira. Do we understand that?
Yeah.
Next slide, sir. So let's do a quick illustration here. Next slide. Because I need us to understand how this money will come. On the 1st of January 2020, we said, whichever person that signed up with a sum of 1,650 naira will get 1 PV. And this person, on the part of sales, will be entitled to 10%, right?
Yeah.
And this person can only earn 5% first level indirect commission, that's all. But if you take it a step further by paying your annual admin fee of 36,000 naira, you will be getting an additional 24 PV. Whenever you close a deal, you earn 15% direct commission. If you have people to earn from, you can earn your first, second, and third level indirect commission. Now, if you add 1,650 plus 36,000 naira together, how much do you have? 37,650. And if you have your 1 plus 24 together, how much do you have? How much? How much? Are we not sure? 25 PPs. And how much is the initial deposit, the least amount you can start your home ownership journey with?
15,000.
From this 15,000, we already said we're going to be giving you 10 PV. For every 15,000, you'll be earning 10 point value. And if you had your 25 plus 10 together, how much point value do you have? Can anyone remind us how much 1 point value is equivalent to? How much? 12 naira. Thank you very much. So if you multiply 35 by 12, how much do you have? You already have it. 420 naira. This is how you get to have your 420 naira on every 52,650 you're paying. One, this is a flat fee for registration in P1. It's a flat amount. 1,650 naira. If you want to register to be in the P1 business, you must pay the 1,650 naira. But because you want to upgrade your membership, you have to pay the annual admin fee of 36,000 naira, which is not something we have to force you. But you will have to determine what your earnings will be in the business. So if you pay the annual admin fee of 36,000 naira, it automatically upgrade your membership and gives you all of these benefits. Now, if you want to do the home ownership program, the least amount you can start with is 15,000 naira. And that 15,000 naira will give you 10 PV. If you sum all of this together, it gives you 35 PV. And if you sum all of this together, it gives you 52,659. Do we understand? Do we understand?
Yes.
All right, great. So now, you say? What I'm trying to say here is that 1,650 is the registration fee. 36,000 naira is the annual admin fee, and 15,000 naira is the least amount you can start the home ownership program with. And if you sum all of this together, it gives you 52,650. And if you sum your point value that you're getting from every payment you're making, it gives you 35 point value. Okay? And we said 35 point value, you have to multiply it by the equivalent of 1 PV, which is 12 naira. That will determine how much you're earning here, which is 420 naira. Now let me ask you this quick question. How many financial institutions, I mean banks now in Nigeria, will you deposit 52,650 into and will give you an instant interest of 420 naira?
No.
Is there any?
No one.
None, right?
Yes.
Alright, great. So this is not a financial institution. What you're doing is more like an investment banking here. Alright? You're investing certain amount of money to get certain amount of things in return. Both financial and also material things. So I said you're going to be earning in 8 levels. Am I correct? So now let's look at how much we stand to earn on each of this level up to the 8th generation. Okay. Now from what we have on the screen, let's just assume that everybody that will be signing up under you will be signing up as a classic good PBO. That is with 52,650. Alright? And if everybody is signing up with 52,650 to own their own apartment, it means everyone will be entitled to 35 point values. Am I correct?
Yes.
Alright, great. So if this is you, you have earned your own 420, and the system requires you to do 5 PBOs. And each PBO is getting 35 PVs. And we say whatsoever each of the PBO you sign up under you, whatsoever thing each of them is getting is what you will also get. Now, each of those 5 is getting 35 point values. Now multiply 35 by 5. How much point value do we have? If you have a calculator, please let's calculate together. I don't want to assume we all know it. 35 by 5? 175, right? Now multiply your 175 by 12 naira. 2,100. Is it different from what we have there? Is it different?
No.
Alright, great. That's your first generation. Now let's look at the second generation. It means that there's 5 people we have to do their own 5. Am I correct? So if you say 5 times 5, you already have how many PBOs? 25 PBOs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we say each of them is getting how much point value?
35.
35 point value, yes, thank you. Then we multiply it by 12 naira. Can anyone help us with that? 25 times 35 times 12. How much? 10,500. I hope it's not different from what we have on screen. Alright, great.
That's the second line, right?
Yeah, second generation. That's what you're going to be earning on the second generation. So the third generation, 25 times 5. How much PBOs do we have there? Times 35 PVs. Times 12 naira.
25 anything.
Do we not know how to calculate now? Do we know how to calculate it now?
Yes.
And this is how you're going to calculate it from first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. And by the time you get to the 8th level, how much will you be earning?
200.
That's 164 million. Just by earning 420 naira on each person. Do we understand now?
Yeah.
Just by earning 420 naira on each person. And the reason why you joined the program is for what? An apartment is worth 15 million naira.
Yes.
So how many 15 million naira apartments did you be getting from them? And as a smart person, I expect that by the time you get to the 7th level, instead of you stopping your earning, you can possibly start afresh. Start afresh again. Replicate yourself again. You register another account. Of course it is. I'm telling you that. It's a network marketing business. Under yourself. If you have one account, you can. For the PBO program, we're talking about the sales part of the business. Do you understand? No. This is a program that is entirely different. Do you understand now? Alright, great. So, let me tell you one more thing. Looking at this figure, a lot of people will say, wow, this figure is huge. Is it possible? Now let me shock you a little. you stand the chance to earn way more than what you're saying here. Do you know?
Yes.
Now this is it. We said, let's assume everybody that is signing up with how much? And each of them is getting how much point value? That's the entry fee, right?
Yes.
Have you forgotten that on a monthly basis they will be paying at least 15,000 naira? Have you forgotten?
No.
That is not part of this calculation. And if you are paying 15,000 naira monthly, it means that you are getting an additional 10 point value from each person. And because we have you in mind, the dedicated PBO estate, that is the Florida City estate, we have decided to put some part of it into market for interested clients. Alright? So, meaning clients will stay in the same estate as at PBOs who had subscribed to do this business. And why we have made it so is to help you achieve your target faster. Because if you happen to sell any of the Florida City estate, you're going to be earning two things. You earn your direct commission,
15%.
10.
10%.
You earn your direct commission, and you're still going to be earning point value equivalent of the total amount of money that client has paid for that property. Now this is it. Let's say a plot of land is going for 3.6 million naira in that very estate.
That's the price.
Do you know that you're going to be earning about 2,400 PVs from this same transaction, despite the fact that you've earned your 10%? Do you know that? Now imagine you're just getting 2,400 by closing a deal right here. If you add 2,400 plus the amount of point value you already have, I'm sure you know you're a step closer.
Yes.
Now that is just for you. What if you don't even know the person who is closing that particular deal? It's someone from any of this generation. Do you know that it will still get to you?
Yes.
And you have a very large traffic of people under you already. And it's not just one person that will be closing this deal. Multiple people will be closing it.
Yes.
And if multiple people are closing deals like this, it means it will help you increase the amount of point value you have. Do you know that?
Yes.
So there are unlimited ways for you to earn. How many levels do I say you're going to be earning from? If you add yourself to it, it makes it how many levels? 9, right? Now, let me give you a good news. Do you know that from this same 9 levels, you still have a whole lot of things to benefit? The apartment you're working for is valued at how much? 10 million. But do you know that by crossing each of these milestones, when I say milestones, I mean the first one is 5 people, am I correct?
Yeah.
The second one is 25 people, right? The third one should be about 125 people. The fourth leg should be about 625 people. Do you know that if you're crossing each of these legs, there is something on the other side of this business for you to benefit? And you can earn so much that it will get to a point, you will be getting an incentive that is worth more than the reason why you signed up to do the business. You can get an apartment valued at 40 million naira. Do you know that as an incentive at all? Alright, let's look at it together. Next slide, sir. Next slide. The first level is the level. Oh, sorry, thank you. The first level is the level where you come up with the decision of joining this business. It is the level at which you will decide that, okay, fine, this is better than me going to the bank to take mortgage. Do you know that? This is far better than you going to take mortgage because they'll ask you for a certain percentage as upfront. Am I correct?
Yes.
Right? And despite that, you have to be paying certain amounts on a monthly basis, right?
Sure.
And if you, for any reason, do not meet up for some certain months, I'm sure we all know what will happen. They will take the apartment from you, put it in market, and they will sell it at their own valuation. Do you know that? If you're lucky, they will pay you a certain amount that's changed, and if you're not lucky, you'll be the one to have up to. But in this case, you don't have anything to worry about. You're seeing what you're paying. You know what you're working for. What you're dropping is just very meager compared to what you're expecting to get in return. Now you have signed up to become a PBO. And you already know that the number one thing you need to do to move away from this level to the next level is what? What do you have to do?
Recruit.
Recruit, right?
Yes.
Recruit how many people?
5.
5, great. Once you are able to do your 5, next slide sir, you need to work with me. Once you're able to do your 5, you're no longer referred to as as a PBO. Rather, you will be referred to as what? An assistant manager. And you want to move away from being an assistant manager, you need to work with those 5 persons you have recruited to become assistant managers. Once they become assistant manager, automatically you become a team manager. Invariably, if you're able to do up to 30 people in your team, either directly by you or by the people you have signed up under you, that will automatically make you a team manager. And if you want to move away from the 3rd level, which is the team manager level, to the senior manager level, all you need to do is have 5 people emerge from your team as team manager, and automatically you will become a senior manager. Now this is it. If I ask you that to become a senior manager, you need 5 team managers, right?
Yes.
Right? Definitely the 5 team managers must be the people you have directly recruited under you, am I correct?
Yes.
But because we want to make the system as flexible as possible, the 5 people must not necessarily come from you. Do you understand that? Let's say you've done your own 5, those 5 have done their own 5, you have like 3 generations under you. Among the first 5 you've recruited directly by yourself, maybe 2 amongst them are already team managers. While you can select from different legs, about 3 other persons from different legs. The system will automatically add up the number of team managers you have. Once it gets to 5, you will automatically be elevated to become a senior manager. And that's it. And if you want to move away from being a senior manager to become a superior manager, all right, I'm going to be...
The benefit. Right?
Yes, I'm going to be making like 1 or 2 changes in this slide. To become a superior manager, how many senior managers do you need to have?
5.
How many?
5.
All right. What if I tell you you don't have to do 5? All you need to do is just have 3 senior managers in your team. It used to be 5, right? But I'm telling you, henceforth, it's no longer 5. It will be 3 senior managers with each of them having at least 100, or let's say cumulative point value of about 100,000 point value. Somebody said, wow. By the time you get to the 5th level, the numbers of persons you have under you, all right, must have been able to give you up to 100,000 point values. Do you believe that?
Sure, now.
But the 3 that you have, each of them must have at least 20,000 point value. Do you understand what I'm saying now? Definitely you're going to be having more than 3, right? Right? You already have more than 3 people here. Am I talking to myself?
No.
Am I speaking foreign?
No.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Alright, great. So if you have up to 3 senior managers in your team, with each of them having about 20,000 point value, and you're able to have cumulative point value of up to 100,000. The first benefit you're going to be getting will be 1.2 million naira in cash. Then we will give you a plot of land worth 1.5 million naira. 1.2 million naira in cash plus 1.5 million naira plot of land. Next slide, sir. The next is an emerald manager level, which is the 6th level. All you need to do is have 3 software managers in your team, with each of them having nothing less than 100,000 point value, with a cumulative point value of 500,000 PVs. The first thing you will get will be 3 million naira in cash, plus a car fund worth 6 million naira. And you can take it to the next level, which is the 7th level. And the 7th level is called the diamond manager level. All you need to do is have 3 emerald managers in your team, with each of them having nothing less than 500,000 100,000 point values in their various accounts, plus a cumulative PV of about 2.5 million naira. 2.5 million PVs. Come on. 2.5 million PVs. The first thing you will get from us will be a house worth 13 million naira. The house will be well furnished with items worth 10 million. We give you an SUV worth 15 million naira. We give you an all-expense trip for a family of 6, that is you, your spouse, and 4 children. And also we're going to be topping it up with a travel allowance worth 6 million naira. I said we give you an apartment worth 30 million with items worth 10 million naira in it, just to add aesthetics to it. We give you 15 million naira worth of SUV and also an all-expense trip for family of 6. And we will top it up with 6 million naira travel allowance, for the number of people you're traveling with. And also you can take it a step further by going from level 7 to level 8. All you need to do is have 2 diamond managers in your team. Just 2, no longer 3. Just 2. If you have 2 diamond managers in your team, you will automatically be elevated to become a diamond director. And also you can take it to the last level, which is the 9th level, which is the national director level. Well, I expect somebody to ask me that, oh, you didn't mention the incentive they will be getting if we happen to get to the 8th and the 9th level. Am I correct? Alright, that's because I don't have a management to call you to tell you, okay, fine, this is what we want to give you because you've been able to get to this very level. Alright, all of these things we have mentioned to ourselves so far. To some people, they will tell you it's not achievable. But to very many of us will tell you it is the easiest way to become a homeowner anywhere in the world. Because token is what you're dropping, and you're working with people to give you this apartment. Let me share an experience with you. I was in Bayelsa some couple of months ago, and in the process of trying to prospect some people, I went to one of their ministries, and while talking to one of their top officials, the woman said, well, you have a good plan. But the thing is, as much as I would have loved to be part of this and also preach it to my other subordinates, the government is already giving us something close to this. And I said, wow, that's awesome. No ill feelings. At least I'm only trying to sell my own opportunity to you. But since you already have it, no big deal. But is it possible I learn from it? And she said, why not? I said, okay, fine. How much are they deducting from your salary on a monthly basis? Or is it your cooperative society that is giving you this opportunity? But she said, no, it's directly from the government. I said, wow, that's awesome. But people will say government is not doing well enough. I said, this is a good one. And she said, they've started this since 2016. How much have they been deducting from your salary on a monthly basis? Well, that's a confidential matter. I can share that with you. Okay, no problem. No issues with that. But how long did they say it will take before they hand over your apartment to you? They said, well, that wasn't communicated. Do you understand that? It wasn't communicated. It's just an incentive government is trying to give to the civil servants. But it is a blank incentive with no direction. They are taken from their salary. But guess what? It's a government project, am I correct? And I'm sure we all know what happens to government projects. Many a times it's always an abandoned project. But that does not stop them from deducting that money from people's salary. Let me tell you, I happened to visit that site by chance. I didn't do that deliberately actually. It's still in the process of me trying to carry out my own primary assignment. And I bumped into that particular site. I saw it, Bayelsa State low-cost housing estate. No gate house, no fence, just 2 chalets, and the 2 chalets are uncompleted chalets, uncompleted project. It's still a bush. And it's a project that has started since 2016. I can bet it with you, we're still in Nigeria. Those people, their story will end up like that of those that were always fighting for pension in the olden days. Yeah, it's still the olden days. At least it's about 20 years now that people stop fighting for pension. You have to write letter, write this, write that. But this particular money, they are not saving it anywhere for you. Do you know that? They want to give you a low-cost housing estate. But if we are smart enough as Nigerians, you will know that many a times when government is building a low-cost housing estate, the people who end up buying those apartments are the rich, the heavyweights. Am I correct?
The businessmen.
The businessmen. They won't sell it to the low-earning civil servants. Rather, they will let it out to them to receive rent from it. Here is an opportunity for us. If we are smart, we embrace it. We know that this is very achievable. Even if you're not working to own an apartment, you can work to own a plot of land for yourself. And if you're not even choosing any other location, you can choose Lagos. The Ibejuleki part of Lagos, you and I know what is happening in Ibejuleki today, am I correct?
No.
It will give you a very massive return on investment. If you own a plot of land worth, 1.5 million naira, even if you're not doing anything on it, you want to leave it for additional 2 years. If you want to go back to it, to value it, definitely it's not going to worth 1.5 million naira. Am I correct?
Yes.
It might have even doubled that amount. I think in 2015 or 2016 thereabout, we have a plot of land that we were selling for 450,000 naira. Guess what? Today, that same land is not worth less than 2.5 million. That is not 100% return on investment. That is more than 300% return.
Performance.
In how many years? Less than 4-5 years. That is what real estate can actually do. So we want to use the power of real estate network marketing to help as many people as possible to become homeowners. Don't forget part of the things I mentioned to you. I said you need to make use of flyers. You need to talk to people. Alright? Make sure you get yourself well equipped. Print your complimentary card. I said something here on Saturday. I said the era of helping people promote their business for promoting sake is over. If I promote your business and you're not willing to promote my own business, that will be the end to our relationship. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. That will be the end of our relationship. I said very many of us, we have salons where we make our hair. Am I correct? Right? And it's a particular salon. You have a particular person you always love to work with. Abi? How many times as the owner of the salon patronize your own business? How many times? None before. Alright? Okay, let me tell you what you do. Next time you're going to make your hair in that salon, go with the registration card. Make a bargain with the owner of the salon. Shabi, you know me, Abi. I'm a regular customer here. I've always been patronizing your business. It is the money I've been paying to you that you're using to run your business, right? Okay, it's high time for you to also patronize my own business. This is what I do. Even if it's as little as 1,650 naira, let them sign up. But don't just take people's money. Explain to them the benefit they stand to get when you do that business. And take it a step further, make sure you drop some of your flyers in their shop. The supermarkets where you shop for groceries on a monthly basis, find a space in that supermarket to drop your flyers. You're not telling them to register, you're not telling them to do anything. They should just allow you to drop your flyers somewhere, probably on their counter or somewhere. At least when people walk in, they will see the flyers, they can pick it up. We'll tell the person that is interested in doing your business will call you. Am I correct? The plumber that works for you, all the utility staffs that work in your house, you've always been paying them. It's time to promote your own very business. Don't forget, it is not just the P1 business you're promoting now. It is your own very business that you're promoting. Because whatsoever thing that comes from it, you'll be the one to reap the dividend. Am I correct? Yeah. Am I correct? Yeah. So we need to start thinking in that direction. And also, you need to adopt the EPL strategy. The EPL strategy in promoting your business online. You need to promote your business online. We've talked about the offline promotion. You need to use your social media, platforms to promote your business. That will help you reach out to people you ordinarily do not see physically. Am I correct? Yes. It will help you go to places where you can go to ordinarily to prospect people. You need to, post every day. And you shouldn't just post things. Don't mind me. You don't post things you're not passionate about. Alright? You need to promote things that you're passionate about. Post things that you're passionate about. And you must long for results. You must expect results. When you push things that you're not expecting anything from, you won't even put time to it. Am I correct?
Yes.
You won't be able to even evaluate the activity you put online. But if you are pushing things that are valuable to you, definitely you will long for results, right? Let me show you what. When most people sign up to do the P1 business, the number one thing that they have on their mind is how to sell a plot of land and hand that commission. I've been here before now, can you raise your hand? I've joined P1 for about a year or two. Okay. Even as you have now, the reason why you're in P1, if I ask you what's the first thing that will be on your mind? What? Commission, right? People want to earn commission. And because you want to earn commission, that's why you're promoting your business. Am I correct? Are you working for your upline? Do you have your upline in mind? What do you have in mind? Yourself. So that is the reason why I will tell you not to even think about your upline. Rather, set the platform for yourself. This is my business. I've started a new company, and the future of this company lies within the activity and the effort I'm willing to channel into it. You don't expect any other person to help you push your brand, am I correct? If you are employing people to help you push your brand, it means you're ready to pay those people. But you don't have the money to pay anyone now. You only have yourself to start with. And the people you're recruiting under you, they will serve as leg workers for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? They will serve as leg workers for you, but they are not doing it because they are doing it to favor you. They are doing it because they have something they are expecting to get. They have started their own business just the same way you have started your own business. Nobody is putting their mind to anybody. Rather, you need to start your own very investment. And do you know where your investment is? The person you have signed up under you. Because if that person is not doing well enough, you're not getting anything in return. I hope you understand what I'm saying. You don't focus attention on the person above you. Rather, you pay attention to the people that are coming under you. You can benefit from the person that is above you, but you can benefit from the person that is under you. And that's the reason why you need to pay more attention to the people you're recruiting. Because they are your investment. And once you know you have an investment somewhere, what do you do to your investment?
You nurture it.
You nurture your investment. And that's why you need to carry your team members along. Because whatever thing you do will come for you. So don't forget, 1,650 is the registration fee. 36,000 naira is the annual admin fee. You can start your home ownership journey with 15,000. And if you don't want to start with 15,000 naira, you can say you want to start with 150,000 naira as an early PBO, or you want to start with 1.5 million naira as a VIP PBO. It's really important I let you know that there are 7 ways to be part of the P1 business. There are 7 ways to join the P1 business. The very first way is by joining as an associate PBO. An associate PBO is the person who signed up with 1,650 naira. You can also sign up as a classic PBO These are the category of people who are not interested in recruiting or the sales part of this business. They see it as a good plan. They want to consistently pay 15,000 naira on a monthly basis for 5 years to get the land worth how much? To get the land worth how much? 1.5. Thank you very much. These are the category of people. And another category are those who are associate classic PBOs. These are the people who are starting their home ownership journey with a sum of 16,650. Meaning, they have paid their registration fee of 1,650 naira. They don't have the 36,000 naira annual admin fee yet, but they really want to be part of the home ownership program. So they've paid their 15,000 plus their registration fee of 1,650. They are referred to as what? Associate what? Thank you very much. Another category is the gold PBO. The gold PBOs are those who are starting their P1 business with a sum of 37,650 naira. They have paid their registration fee and their 36,000 naira annual admin fee. Okay? While another category is the classic gold PBOs. How much are they paying? 52,650. The 52,650 is a combination of 1,650, 36,000 naira annual admin fee, and your 15,000 naira initial deposit for the home ownership program. And also, we have the elite PBOs. Who are the elite PBOs? These are those who have paid their registration fee. They've paid their 36,000 naira annual admin fee, but instead of them paying 15,000 naira initial deposit for their home ownership, they rather choose to pay a sum of 150,000 naira. So if you have this together, it gives you 187,650. That is 37,650 plus 150,000 naira. While the final category is the VIP PBOs. The VIP PBOs are those who have chosen to start their home ownership journey with a sum of 1.5 million naira. So you add the 1.5 million naira together with the 37,650. That will give you 1,537,650. So how many categories do we have there? How many categories do we have? 7 categories. All right. Those are ways to join the P1 Business Opportunity. If you are signing up on any of this category, either you're paying 15,000, you're starting with 150,000, or you're starting with 1.5 million naira. That does not necessarily mean that you will be paying the same amount on a monthly basis. You are at liberty to choose any amount of your choice to pay, irrespective of what category. But that amount you want to pay on a monthly basis shouldn't be less than 15,000 naira. Do we understand that?
Yes.
So if you're starting with 15,000 naira, we already said you're going to be getting how much PVs? How many PVs? From every 15,000 naira, how many PVs do we give to you? 10 point values, right? From registration, how much PVs do you have? Annual admin fee, how much PVs do you have? You get 10 PVs from 15,000, 1 PV from registration, 24 PVs from annual admin fee. So if you have everything together, how much PVs do you have? 35 PVs. Thank you very much. But if you're starting as an elite PBO, from your 150,000 naira initial deposit, you will be entitled to a 100 point value. You had your 25 PV from registration to it, we will top it up with 1 bonus point. And if you're starting as a VIP PBO, automatically you will be getting 1,000 point value. You get your 25 point value from registration, We give you 10 bonus points, and also we had it up with one VIP point. Before we tell you congratulations, you have started your own ownership journey. By this time, 5 years or less, we should be telling you congratulations and handing over to you the key to your apartment. Alright, do me a favor, bring out your smartphones. If you don't have your smartphone with you, you have a pen and paper, please pull down this account details, because you already know that your own ownership through the P1 Business Opportunity lies with you recruiting people, lies within you talking to people about this program. So you need to start showing, you need to start walking around with the account details, because you never can tell who you might be meeting with, who might be interested in joining your team, and you wouldn't want to be caught unprepared. So that's why you need to have this with you, so that they can make your payment immediately. Then we'll tell you congratulations for being a P1 business owner. At this point, I want to say a big thank you to all of you for coming. I know you have questions. Let me take your questions before I say thank you. All right.